Ever get the feeling companies care more about you getting work done as fast as possible than that you even do good work in the first place? You're not crazy. And the real problem is bigger than just feeling rushed. Making truly life-changing income is pretty unlikely if everything you do is tied to the hours you work. But did you know there's actually a way to work with companies without tracking time? In this episode, I'll share how top consultants make over $300 per hour. The big difference is they never track their hours or bill by the hour. When you work this way, you can cut your hours or keep a 40-hour week and make more money. If you stick around until the end, you'll know a completely new way to make money in tech. After coaching over 140 developers, I was really surprised by something. Not a single person I coached had heard about this before working with me. It all starts with understanding how companies see a consultant differently than an employee. You've probably had to pass technical interviews to get hired before. When that happens, the person evaluating you is always another engineer. But when you sell a premium consulting offer, the buyer is a business person. You're not proving that you know how to do something. You're proving that you understand how much what you do is worth to the company. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this episode. When you boil it down, everything we do in tech jobs really only does two things for a business. You're either making them more money or you're saving them money. Here's the thing that totally changes the game and how you can get paid in tech. You don't charge them an hourly rate. You charge a percentage of the money you're making or saving for them. This is the key to making way more income than any salary can pay you. So how do you figure out how much money your work creates or saves for the business? Well, it all starts with knowing how the company will realize the value of what you do. When business people see the chance to make or save money, they call this an opportunity. And that's great for you because once you know the size of the opportunity, you'll have an idea of how much money you can make as a premium technical consultant. The bigger the opportunity, the more you get paid. But before you start asking for your cut, you got to understand how the money comes in. There are two ways a company can realize the value, in this case, money, of an opportunity. I call this concept the value realization model. You know how software products sometimes have multiple ways to pay for them? For instance, you might pay $300 up front for a lifetime license. You own the product and can use it for as long as you want. If you buy it, the company makes money, but only once. This is known as one-time value realization. But the company could also charge you $20 per month to use the same software product. In this case, the company makes money every month that you continue to use it. This second way a company realizes the value of an opportunity is known as recurring value realization. Stick with me here because this concept doesn't just apply to making companies money. You've been helping companies realize value all over your career, but probably just haven't noticed it yet. So what does this have to do with you making over $300 per hour as a premium technical consultant? Well, every premium consulting offer is a little different, but let's start with the first way to use the value realization model to get you paid: helping companies grow. There are many ways companies can grow. Here's a few quick examples. A company can grow by getting more customers. For each new customer, they make more money. A company can charge more per customer. Each customer they already have starts paying them more money. They can expand their market. Customers they couldn't sell to before now can buy their product. Or they can offer a whole new product or service, then start making new money selling something new to customers they already have. Remember the value realization model we just talked about a minute ago? You need to know how the company will realize the money they plan to make when you help them grow. Here's what it looks like. Let's say you find a company, we'll call it Company A, who sells an expensive enterprise software product. Company A has a big new customer, Company B, they want to sell their product to. If customer B buys the product, they'll roll it out across their whole company. So maybe that opportunity alone is worth $800,000 to Company A. But once customer B buys it, that's it. There won't be any more money to make from Company B in the future. It's a one-time event. They make the sale, get paid, and that's it. This is how one-time value realization works. Let's say you were to offer a premium consulting service that's going to help unlock that opportunity. Without your work, they can't make the $800,000. So you would choose a percentage of that to ask for. Now, there is some wiggle room in what percentage you ask, and it depends on a variety of factors. I'll talk more about determining the percentage you charge in other episodes, but for now, let's just say you were to charge 5%. 5% of $800,000 would be $40,000, so that would be your price. You can collect it all up front or have them pay you in payments, but the important thing is this: you never give them an hourly estimate or sell your services at an hourly rate. You're not getting paid for your skills. You're getting paid to enable an opportunity. In this example, let's say you find a company selling their product in the United States. They have plans to expand to Europe, but they need your consulting offer to make it possible. Customers pay $200 per month for it today, and the company already has hundreds of customers. They believe that once they can sell in Europe, in the first month, they will get 25 new customers. Well, 25 customers times $200 is $5,000. So the first month they sell in Europe is worth $5,000 to them. But once they're able to sell in Europe, they'll actually have more customers coming in every month. It's an ongoing process, and it keeps making them more money over time. Recurring value is especially powerful because in many businesses, it doesn't just repeat, it compounds. Now, you don't need to predict the future perfectly. You just need a reasonable window of time the business already believes in. Say this business believes this expansion will make them more money over the next 2 years. What matters is the monthly revenue increase and how long the business expects it to last. Think of it like stacking up monthly revenue. Each month adds another $5,000. In this case, over 24 months, that's roughly $120,000 of new revenue. Once again, you price your cut against the total opportunity. So if you're charging, let's say 10% in this case, your consulting offer would cost $12,000. The other way you can get paid based on the size of the opportunity is by saving companies money. This is where a company is already spending money doing something, but your consulting offer reduces it. When it comes to cost reduction with technology, here's something important to understand. In practice, meaningful cost reduction is almost always recurring. That's not a technicality, it's actually where your leverage comes from. When you lower infrastructure costs, reduce support load, eliminate manual work, or improve efficiency, those savings show up month after month, which means cost reduction usually falls under recurring value realization, not one time. Let's look at a cost reduction example using the same value realization model. Imagine a company is spending $100,000 per month on cloud infrastructure. Over time, their systems become a mess, unused services, oversized instances, and inefficient workloads. You come in as a consultant and perform an infrastructure optimization. You consolidate services, you right-size their resources, and you clean up what's no longer needed. When the work's done, their monthly infrastructure cost drops from $100,000 to $80,000. That's a $20,000 per month reduction. Even though you did the work once, they get to benefit from reduced costs every month. Just like recurring value realization examples for growth, you need a time window here too. So find out from the company, how long do you believe this infrastructure will be in place? Let's say they come back to you and they say 2 years. You'll be saving them $20,000 every month. In this case, over 24 months, that's roughly $480,000. So if you're charging 10% in this case, your consulting offer's price would be $48,000. What I've just shown you today is also known as value-based pricing. It shows you exactly how much your consulting offer is worth at a specific company. Remember how I said at the beginning of the episode, you could make $300 per hour? Well, the final piece of that puzzle is how long will it take you to get this done? Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Do I need estimates? Here's the thing. You still do, but this is a less stressful way of going about it. Get this last point and you'll be thinking about getting paid just like a premium consultant. When you estimate work as an employee, you're doing different tasks every week on a project. Since you've never done it before, a lot of your estimating is honestly just guessing. This is why it's so stressful. The company constantly tracks how close you are to your estimate. But here's the difference. When you become a premium consultant, you do not want to do lots of different things for clients. Instead, you want to help companies save or make money the same way, or as close to the same as you can. That way you reduce variables and get a really predictable idea of how long it's going to take you. Companies are still going to want some idea of how long it'll take, but you don't report your hours each week. Since you're a business, you provide a contract with your own terms. In it, you choose how you'll show progress. Let me make this really clear with an example. Let's say you found a client and you know whether you're making or saving them money. You also figured out whether they'll realize the value one time or if it's recurring. And in the end, you determine that the price you'll charge for your cut is $10,000. If you can get it done in 33 hours or less, that's at least $300 per hour. This is known as your effective bill rate. It's not what you actually bill your client. It's a number you can use to decide whether an opportunity is worth your time. Because it's not the total value of the opportunity that gives you leverage in your career. It's getting paid the maximum income for the minimum effort. It doesn't help to find an opportunity worth a lot of money if it takes you 100 hours a week to do it. This is why I teach developers to start small with their first offer. It's less risky, it's less complicated, it's easier to estimate, and it forces you to think about the effective bill rate. I want you to ease into consulting alongside your day job, where you only spend 4 to 8 hours a week doing it. This way, you can validate your offer as solid without risk to your income and only go all in when you're truly ready. Now you know how to make $300 per hour or more as a technical premium consultant. But knowing how to charge is only one part of creating the kind of offer that'll let you go solo. So to learn the rest, watch this video about the 8 components of the perfect offer for becoming a respected premium consultant.